Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. My name is Dr. Muhammad Azrin bin Ahmad and I'm from Center for Mathematical Sciences. By the end of this video, you as a student should be able to identify and sketch quadric surfaces in 2 and 3 variables. Before we go details about quadric surfaces in 2 and 3 variables, let's take a look about 3-dimensional coordinates. Before this, in 2-dimensional coordinate system, you will have two axes corresponds towards x and y variables. But when it comes to 3-dimensional coordinate system, you have to put into consideration the additional axis, which we call it as z-axis. And then the standard representation of axes in 3-dimensional coordinate system can be drawn like what I did on the screen, which you will have z-axis, y-axis, and x-axis. When you try to sketch a curve in 2-dimensional coordinate system, you will see that you can divide 2-dimensional coordinate system into 4 different quadrants, where you call them as first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. When it comes to 3-dimensional coordinate system, we will divide the region into 8 different octants. As you can see from the slide on the screen, you will have first octant, second octant, third octant, fourth octant, fifth octant, sixth octant, seventh octant, and eighth octant. Now, I would like to ask you to imagine yourself in 2-story building where you have ground floor and first floor. Right now, imagine you are in one of the room in the first floor, and we will call that particular room as first octant, and then a room that located right in front of you, we will call it as second octant, and the room that is located beside second room, we will call it as third octant, and another room which is located right in front third room, which is beside first room, we will call it as fourth octant, and then it followed by fifth octant until eighth octant. Now, in 3-dimensional coordinate system, I expect you should be able to plot a point in 3-dimensional coordinate system. For example, I'm asking you to sketch point 1, 2, and 4. Basically, 1 to 4 represents x, y, and z coordinate respectively. Okay, let me change it. We call it as x coordinate, y coordinate, and z coordinate. Like what you did with 2-dimensional coordinate system, when you try to plot a point, basically you will always start at the origin. In this case, from the origin, it will move 1 unit at x-axis positive. So this solid line represents x-axis positive. So I will move 1 unit at x-axis positive. And then right after that, I will stop there at x-axis positive. And then I will move 2 unit along y-axis. This shown to you how you should plot a point in 3-dimensional coordinate system. Okay, so this is the place where y is equal to not 3 but 2. And right after that, when it stopped at y is equal to 2, where it started at x is equal to 1, and then it will move 4 unit at z along z-axis positive. Okay, so you should be able to know that this is where you should locate or how you should plot point in 3-dimensional coordinate system. If I'm asking you right now, point 1 to 4 lies in which octant, I hope you can imagine point 1 to 4 obviously lies in the first octant. Okay. Now, let's try one of the example given in the slide presentation. Okay, the question asks you to sketch or plot 5, -6, and 7. Let's try this question together. Alright, let's sketch the axis first. Consists of z-axis, y-axis, and x-axis. Okay, now you should know that in order to plot the point, you always need to start at the origin. In this particular question, it will move 5 units along x-axis positive. So maybe somewhere over here, the value of x is equal to 5. And then I roughly predict the value is 5 along x-axis positive. And then I need to move 6 units, but this time around at or along y-axis negative. So if this is the part where y positive, so I need to move. I know that the right part will represent y-axis positive. Meanwhile, the left part will represent y-axis negative. So in this case, I need to move 6 units along y-axis negative. And then maybe somewhere over here, y is equal to -6. And then right after that, the question asks me to locate z is equal to 7. So z is equal to 7, I will move upward. So perhaps this is the location where not y, but z equal to 7. So this is the point 5, -6, and 7. If I ask you where is the location of the point 5, -6, 7, you should know that the point lies in the 4th octant.